Hello there, my collective signs. This is Rachel with Dark Knight Coaching. This is a general message for all that are guided to watch it. I do these readings every Sunday, so I'm glad you're here. Thanks for being here. This is, again, just a general tarot reading. I'm going to pull, I already pulled a traditional Celtic cross spread, and when I do the energy and pull the energy and read the energy, I like to meditate and listen to music. And the song Bubblegum B popped up on the thing, so make sure you check that one out. It's by Marina and the Diamonds, and I love her stuff. She has a lot of great things, but that might be a relevant song for some of you. Now, this reading is definitely more so guided towards love than I have seen in quite a few situations recently. So there's a lot of messages about offers of love, people from the past, third-party situations even. Yeah, I'm getting like goosebumps on that. So some of you might be dealing with cheaters, or you've been cheated on, or you're dealing with like players. So make sure you stay through this reading, because there's a lot of insight and a lot of clarity that's going to come. Now, after the tarot, I'm going to go over a bunch of oracle cards that will tie the message together too. So at this time, your current energy is the Ace of Pentacles. The Spirit has a new opportunity for you. For some of you, this is definitely love. For others of you, this might be a job offer. This might be a career move, or just a general move, like you're moving your house, you're moving your apartment, something like that. But that's what this Ace of Pentacles is. It's kind of a seed. So this is a new seed that's happening that you can plant and then actually tangibly at some point get the fruits of the labor that's happening here. Your challenge right now, though, is the Page of Cups. I feel like that's dating. This Page of Cups is like a novice offer of love. It's a new offer of love. It's a very immature energy. Every time I see a man with a fish, I obviously just think of the dating apps, because that's the world we live in these days. So some of you might be challenged by the dating apps, or challenged when it comes to finding love. I do feel like there is love coming your way, though. If you haven't been receiving offers, you definitely will be. Now, are they tangible, like really good offers of love? You're going to have to use your discernment there. The foundation that's happening for you at this time, this is Sagittarian energy. It's temperance. It's Archangel Michael on this card. This is about finding harmony and balance in your current vibe and your current situations. There's something happening for you at this time that's requiring you to have a foundation built on a balance of spiritual and 3D. So you're really trying to harmonize the emotional aspects of yourself and the tangible aspects. Now, in your recent past, you have the Judgment card. This is a lovely card about your connection with spirit, and you're being guided, but it's also a card about the judgment day that we all face. This is about good karma, bad karma. This is also a card that can be tied to, is your heart lighter than a feather? Have you had pure and good intentions? Because if you have had those things in the past, then that's going to create good karma for your future. And it's also going to raise your vibration. Now, your present energy is the Knight of Cups. This is an offer of love, an opportunity, a chance at love. It's hard to know if this is something you want to pursue, but I do feel like, because of your future cards that come up here, it is something you're considering. It doesn't have to be with a new person. It can be with an old love that might be returning. Now, your near future is the Queen of Swords. This is all about being like calm, cool, collected. She is a very just queen, but she's also very she can slice through people with her sword of morality too. So she just cuts right through the BS and really gets down to business on like what it is she needs, what it is she requires. And she's also very generous in spirit too. That's why her hand is out. This is kind of like where you need to step in order to draw in the right people. Now, the next cards were interesting. So this one flew out. This is what's your power in the situation? This is a Three of Cups. It's a coupling card, but it can be, I think, a celebration, a victory, going out on the town, being with your girlfriends. But it can also be like a Three's Company card, like somebody's been cheating or sneaking around, or there's some funny business happening. Now, I pulled a clarifier, and you have the Lovers. So I do feel like this is this is maybe you go out and with your friends and you meet someone, or it's like whoever you've been seeing might be a little sneaky snake, so you might have to watch out there. Now, the Queen of Wands is a card of how are people seeing you? How do they perceive you right now? Maybe you're single out on the town, ready to mingle, and you're just like fiery and passionate and cool with yourself. Maybe you're going to put yourself out there. Maybe you're not. This lady's sitting at home with her cat, and she's content. Like she's got her stuff together, and she knows what's up. And that sunflower she's holding is like, I can transmute anything, okay? It's the Queen of Wands. She can turn lemons into lemonade, and that's where you're at too. That's how people perceive you anyways. Now, the next cards I have are about hopes and fears. So the Page of Wands came out. This is about starting something new. Maybe you're afraid to get into a new relationship. Maybe you're like, oh, I feel like it's like starting at the beginning all over again. But the King of Swords is like, you're very meticulous and methodical about this planning and how you're going to pursue this next relationship. And you're very attuned with yourself and knowing what you want and knowing what you need, because you have the King and the Queen of Swords, which is a great pairing. And it's like you have the mental capacity now, you have the self-awareness, you have the emotional intelligence, you have all of these things that you needed, which maybe you didn't have in the past, but you've harmonized them, you're balancing them. That's a solid foundation for you, because you're pouring out of your cup that's full, already full, and into someone else's, but just enough. You're not like depleting yourself to a point that it's toxic. You're giving what you can in this potential situation here. So awesome cards. And then the final outcome is the Two of Cups. This is a coupling. This is a pairing. This could be a friendship, but I do feel like for a lot of you who are into love, it is love. It could even be somebody from the past. Maybe you've been dealing with a twin flame, perhaps, or maybe it's just somebody that you knew in childhood and you're like miraculously reunited at some sort of festival or party or celebration. And you're out with friends and you see this person and you're like, wow, I know that person. And then that kind of leads to this spark, this new connection. Now, your subconscious energy is the Fool card. This is the best card to have in your subconscious because it's starting new. It's starting a brand new chapter. You're opening a lot of doors for yourself. This is a new cycle that you're in. So you've completed the old bad patterns and you've learned those lessons, and you see the wisdom and the blessings that came from those lessons, and you're really moving out of the old and into the new. And now you're like not so much a fool for love anymore. So that's what I have for you when it comes to tarot. If this message has resonated, please smash that like button. It helps my channel grow and I greatly appreciate it. If you're interested in listening to messages from oracle cards, please feel free to hang on. Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, you're definitely in this maiden energy. This is a card of like being out on the town. So it's like Mother, Maiden, and Crone are the three phases of the moon. And the moon is tied to the tides, which is tied to our water, which is tied to our emotions. The Maiden is like the novice. That's this Fool card. It's like you're starting over again when it comes to love. Because you've been in this cave, you've been in the shadow side, you've been in your darkness, you've been in hermit mode perhaps even, to do a lot of reflecting and a lot of studying about yourself, and now you're ready to put yourself out there again, and you're ready to start fresh and start new, and you're leaving, certain facets of yourself or certain personality traits that weren't serving you in the past. Oh, okay. This card says time. Time has a wonderful way of showing you what really matters. And maybe it's taking you a lot of time to heal. Maybe it's taking you a lot of time to want to even put yourself back out there. Maybe you're just really trying to prioritize time for yourself and your self-care. That's kind of what that Queen of Wands is about too. It's like putting herself first. She's fiery. She's independent. She doesn't need anyone. And if you're a guy watching this, like, energy is fluid. So masculine, feminine energy, we all have both of those things. Now, this is from my Moon Wisdom Oracle. It says, my body is a wondrous and magnificent machine, and I feel privileged to live in it. So make sure you're taking care of your temple. Your body is your temple. Sometimes that's not easy to do, especially if we have crutches or vices that are toxic to our bodies. And that can be like too much electronics, watching too many YouTube videos, eating junk food or just like being a couch potato. So I get it. We've all been there. I think it's just like phases. Now, the next card I have says Act. This is from my Third Eye Intuition deck. It says, stop playing safe. If you were to do the thing you've always wanted to do but have been too afraid to do, what does your gut instinct tell you? And do you have too much to lose by following a hunch? So if you have been feeling maybe just a little lackluster, make sure you build a bucket list, because a lot of the times people kind of lose sight of what they would like to do and they get stuck in the now. So maybe just build like a small bucket list of things that you would like to do in the future. And then that can be a nice conversation topic if you go on a date with someone. The next card I have is another moon card. It says communication is key, new moon in Gemini. So you might be a Gemini watching this, or you have a lot of Gemini in your chart, or maybe you're going to be seeing a Gemini. So that is key. Communication is key, is pivotal for relationships and friendships. Every relationship that is solid needs to be built on a solid foundation of friendship. The next card I have is from my Power of Love deck. This is from my James Van Praagh deck. I love his books. I highly recommend these cards and all of his books. He's a great, amazing medium. There's just like, I've read a lot of things, and he has the most information when it comes to like psychic gifts and abilities and things like that. So it's very cool. This card says virtue. You acknowledge your loving spiritual attributes that encourage others to grow. Again, that's kind of that like filling up your own cup, having the harmony and the balance, so then you can fill up someone else's. And that's how you learn to truly give love reciprocally, like how can I say that? It's like, yeah, you'll have the reciprocity basically when you have love like that, when it's overflowing from your cup. The next card I have is 18, corruption. That's interesting. Some of you might be dealing with maybe like an 18-year-old going to jail. I know that's very oddly specific, but that is kind of the message that I'm getting there. Or somebody's like almost an adult and they're struggling with some jail time. It says corruption is something dark under the surface of life, manifesting as patterns of a negative experience. This comes from our past, our parents, and our culture. It's time to examine these old patterns to understand where they come from before you can tend to the growing seed of change in your life. What's behind the trouble and what is the hidden cause? So yeah, if you've been dealing with somebody who's maybe having some trouble with the law, that might be a message for you. I before I was on here, I was watching some TikToks and it was about somebody getting pulled over. Could be like pulled over for speeding or something along those lines, but I feel like that message is really resonating. So if you're watching this video, please just hit the like button or subscribe if that message is hitting home for you. But yeah, something to do with conflict of police officers, the law, and an 18-year-old. It's very strange. Now, the other card you have is 8. This is the tribe. So you have 18 and you have 8. Those might be significant numbers. The tribe is all about like your soul tribe, your soul family. Sometimes, when you're a light worker or an empath or things like that, you might be alone on a lot of your journey, or you might be looking to like your soul family online, like YouTube videos, because sometimes there's not a lot of people that match your vibration in your area, but that's kind of specifically coordinated and designed by spirit, because they need people in every corner of the world. So hey, hooray for us. But sometimes you'll find people you have a lot in common with that are online, and that's enough to sustain you and get you by until you can really find a home with other family or couple with friends and things of that nature. Now, the last card I have for you, collective, is passion. This is tied to your sacral chakra, which is about, that fiery spirit. It's finding your passion, finding your drive, whatever brings you joy and creativity and happiness. And it's just up a very positive energy. So you might be feeling guided to volunteer at a nursing home or something along those lines, maybe even the library, because there's a book in this card. So that might be a helpful way to spend your time. And that's what I have for you. Hopefully this video helped. If it did, please, again, smash that like button. It helps my channel grow. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for doing the shadow work and the healing. It's when you do this like cave work, when you do that introspective work, it really helps everyone grow and everyone elevate. And people don't talk about trauma enough. And If you're healing, it's going to show and it's going to pay off.